RuneScape has become a very, very antisocial game. It has millions of players, but nobody is really playing together. There's a solution being crafted in the form of a RuneLite plugin, and if it works, it'll change the way you play forever. But you're probably wondering how this happened and why we need a plugin to solve it. RuneScape has changed a lot over the last 2 decades, but its players have changed even more. When we all first started playing RuneScape, we knew nothing about it. You had this massive world to explore, and even after thousands of hours, you'd never do everything. Even standing around for hours doing nothing but chatting was fun. In fact, it's probably how you met most of the people on your friends list. I'd talk to someone for 15 seconds at the GE about literally anything and add them to my friends list, but then never message them again because I forgot who they were. Anyway, RuneScape isn't a big mystery anymore. The bulk of old school RuneScape's player base is people who played back then. So we've all seen this world, done its quests, fallen for its scams, and we no longer have hundreds of hours to just goof around and do nothing like when we were kids. Instead, efficiency has taken its place. A huge chunk of RuneScape's veterans are obsessed with the idea of wasting no time, maximizing XP per hour, and until you max your account, doing nothing with your buddies is sort of looked down upon. People play this game silently in their rooms so often that Jagex made an entire game mode devoted to it. If you like playing this way, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll admit, I also turn my private chat to off and spend 2 hours silently doing nothing but catching a virtual boar for a pet I don't even know if I really want. But for many players, RuneScape doesn't have the social, XP wasting, go do castle wars for no reason with strangers community that they had when they were kids. And for those players, finding friends that play this game can be really tough. As time goes on and the player base continues to age, this problem is really only going to get worse. It's kind of like how in elementary school, it was pretty easy to make friends. You know, you might be friends with the whole class. Whereas today, you might only be friends with that one coworker you kinda like. This is where Neverscape alone comes in. It's a plugin developed by Ferraric, the same guy who came up with the bot detector plugin I discussed about a year ago. Its goal is pretty simple: never play the game alone. But what it does is way cooler than that. I need to clear something up first though. There's been a lot of theories in the comments lately whenever I talk about something like this. For some reason, people seem to think that the plugin developers or website creators or whoever are paying me to make this video, which just isn't the case. It's exactly why I have the real sponsor of today's video, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is fun, free, available on mobile and PC, and has over 600 champions to collect. Over the last 3 years, they've added stuff like the Doom Tower, 120 levels of terrifying bosses to slay. Of course, they've also added hundreds of unique heroes, and a whole new faction, Shadowkin. Last year also saw the introduction of the Hydra, an immensely difficult boss with multiple heads that you can chop off.
So no head?
Wrong! The heads grow back. Memes aside, casual or sweaty, you'll find something you like. This month sees the release of the Forge Pass Season 3, new champions, and for those of you looking for a goth e-girl, some awesome looking champion skins for Madame Ceres. Not to mention, the iconic Death Knight has finally become a legendary champion, the Ultimate Death Knight, and he's free. Just play Raid for 7 days between now and October 27th. If you enter promo code DKRises here, you'll get a bunch of free items to instantly level your new strongest champion to level 50 5-star Ascension. So use my link below or the QR code on screen to download Raid. You'll get unique bonuses worth $30, like a free epic champion, Rector Drath, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard. All this treasure will be waiting for you right here. So you're probably wondering, what does this plugin actually do? Well, it's a matchmaking system for RuneScape. Players can create a match for just about any activity in the game, other players can join that match, and then you all meet up and play. But that simplifies how cool it is by a lot. So let's actually go install the plugin from the plugin hub, and I'll show you how it all works. Now, when you first install it, this sort of scary looking message pops up. Unlike most other RuneLite plugins, this one does require your IP to function, but not for anything bad. Just like every website you visit or online game you play, your IP is recorded. In this case, Ferraric uses it for rate limiting. The code for this project is also completely open source, so if you're concerned, you can give it a look. But if, like me, you're not a fully fledged programmer, you'll probably have no clue what you're looking at. So, of course, if this still sounds a little scary, you could use a VPN. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you a VPN ad after the raid ad. ExpressVPN. Now, the reason this feature exists is because Ferraric and the rest of the team on the bot detector plugin have had quite a few problems with malicious players, but I'll cover that later. So, after downloading the plugin from the plugin hub, this is what it'll look like. This first screen is the quick tab, where you select what activities you want to do, press start queue, and the plugin will start looking for open matches you can join. What's awesome about this is you can select multiple activities. So if you want to do chambers or gouge your eyes out, you don't have to choose. Like I said earlier, pretty much every activity in the game is listed here. They have the Gnome Restaurant, Achievement Diaries, Gnome Ball, and even just chat and relax. However, currently the plugin doesn't have many players, so I'll likely be stuck in the queue forever. Instead, I could just go over to the search tab and search by activity name, or just type in an asterisk, which will bring up a list of every currently open match. But let's say you want to make your own match. You can do that in the Create tab. After selecting the activity I want, it'll bring me to an options page where I can select the group size, experience level, if we're splitting drops, what region of the real world I'm in, leave a note, and you can even set a password for private matches. Now, when I press Create Group, it'll be publicly listed for anyone to see and join. Now, this is where things get really cool. If we have my alt account join the party, you'll notice there's a ton of information for us to look at. I can see that account's world, location, hit points, prayer, and even run energy. You can also ping tiles that your group members will see on their screens. It's pretty useful if you want to tell someone maybe where to stand when fighting a boss, or just make your friends laugh. You might have also noticed this string of numbers and letters at the top of the match. Well, if you join the plugin's Discord, you'll also notice that there's a voice channel with those same numbers and letters, meaning every time a new match is created, it also automatically generates a new Discord voice channel for your group to use. Now, the Discord is handy for more than just having a place to talk. Rather than having to log into RuneScape to check if there's anyone looking for people to partner up with, you can just look inside the public matches channel to see all the currently active matches. You can also see the latest matches posted in the new matches channel. Optionally, you can even get your RuneScape account verified, which essentially just connects your RuneScape username to your Discord to prove that you are who you say you are. Other than that, it doesn't really serve much of a purpose at the moment, but hey, your profile picture gets a cool green party hat. I've seen people do a lot more for a lot less, but still, it might have got you thinking. Most of the people you'll meet through this plugin are complete strangers. How do you know if you can trust them? Well, let's say somebody joins your party and is listed on RuneWatch, a website where scammed players can report the person who scammed them. Well, if they are listed on RuneWatch or the We Do Raids Discord ban list, the plugin will tell you directly below their name. But still, RuneWatch and the ban list are for people that scam items, not assholes. You still might have to play with some of those, right? Nope. If you're the group leader and you don't like someone, you can just kick them. Or let's say the leader's not there at the moment, everyone else can vote to kick the annoying player. Now, this person could just hop from group to group being an asshole, but the plugin also includes a thumbs up and thumbs down system that you can use to score your teammates. Hey, that thumbs up button looks a lot like YouTube's like button. Hopefully it reminds you to do something into this video? Anyway, once votes are received, the plugin averages them out, and the player gets a score out of 5 that's displayed next to their name. Now, there's players out there who are worse than just annoying or rude. There's also the issue of players who use cheat clients. Most RuneScape cheat clients were originally built using RuneLite source code, so most RuneLite plugin hub plugins are compatible with them. Despite Jagex actually successfully taking down quite a few big cheat clients the past few months, they still exist in some form. So if you're teaming up with someone and they're using a cheat client, it puts you at a huge disadvantage, especially if you're not splitting drops. I mean, just look at this plugin that used to exist for Chambers of Xeric. It told you what to pray, where to stand, and even what attack was coming next. I'm not gonna try and make an analogy on this one because you guys think mine suck, but you get my point, probably. This thing was beyond broken, and there are 100 other plugins for different activities just like it. Well, the bot detector plugin was having some issues with players using cheat clients to falsify data, so they implemented a feature that detects if you're not using RuneLite, and that same feature was also implemented in Neverscape alone, so you don't have to worry about playing with cheaters. Now, this is all cool, but there's probably some features you want that are missing. Well, it is only an alpha, and there's updates being made all the time. I'll actually even link the GitHub page below where you can see future plugin ideas and planned updates. For example, if you're running low on food, a hunger symbol will appear next to your name so the rest of your party knows to drop you supplies. A feature I'm definitely looking forward to, but my raiding buddies probably even more so. Now this is super important. Well, important to me. I actually just started a new channel where I read Reddit stories from subreddits like Pro Revenge and Malicious Compliance. So check that channel out on the left or watch another RuneScape video on the right.